Tuesday, I want to join together with Mayor-elect Kate Knuth and a city council that truly represents this city to chart a path that builds on our last decade of work together with all of you, the people of Minneapolis. I am ranking Kate Knuth as my #1 choice for mayor because I trust her to tell you the truth and to work together with the city council and the people of this city to lead us forward. We need a mayor who's transparent about the problems in our out-of-control police department and the budget challenges it is creating for our city. Not one who runs from press conference to press conference, hoping you can't keep up with his latest spin. We need a mayor who looks for common ground to lift everyone up, not one who always puts himself ahead of the people. We need a mayor who has the courage to lead in this moment, not one who shirks from responsibility because he is either unwilling or unable to lead. The mayor and his multi-million-dollar PACs are betting against you. They're betting you'll be too tired or too overwhelmed to vote. They're betting you won't be able to see through their lies. Let's prove them wrong, Minneapolis. Let's get out to vote for Kate Knuth for Minneapolis mayor, and no, yes, yes. No on the mayoral power grab. Yes for a Department of Public Safety, and yes for rent control. Let's choose hope over fear, and let's get out and vote. Thank you.
I'm Cam Gordon, and I'm very excited to be here supporting Kate for mayor of Minneapolis. We are in a historic moment in our city where we can make transformational change. I know that Kate is ready, she's willing, she's prepared to roll up her sleeves and make sure that we can build a new Department of Public Safety that keeps everyone in our city safe. I know that she's ready to take on the challenges that we face with our housing and make sure we have fair, affordable housing. And I know that she has the experience and the ability to create a Minneapolis Green New Deal so that we can be a international leader in fighting climate change and taking that on as an urban area that can clean up our air, our water, and our soil and make sure we have a healthy city for everybody. Please join me November 2nd in supporting Kate Knuth. Woo!
I'm so proud to endorse Kate Knuth. My name is Steve Fletcher. I represent Ward 3, and I am so ready to have a partner in City Hall. We know that this City Council has proposed real change. And if we had had a partner in the mayor's office, instead of someone to block our work, we could have achieved so much. But instead, we're stuck with reform to traffic stops that won't stop a single pretext stop. We're stuck with reform to no-knock warrants that didn't stop a single no-knock warrant. And so we're watching meaningless reforms get announced at press conferences without consulting the council and without working with the public to make sure that we're actually passing meaningful policy. We can do better. We must do better. We will do better on Tuesday when we elect Kate Knuth. When you ask yourself who can bring this city together and who can work with the city council, Kate Knuth is endorsed by a majority of the members of the Minneapolis City Council. And that shows her strength, that shows her willingness to work with people, that shows her ability to collaborate and to lead. And that's one of the many reasons that I'm proud to vote for her, to rank her first on Tuesday, and I hope everyone else will too. Thank you so much. Woo!
Representing the far south of Minneapolis and Minneapolis. Jacob Fry has failed us. He's running an election campaign with excuses. Jacob says it needs more power. He already has complete power over the police department. It's a mess. Jacob implies that the council has denied him funding for police department. That's his statement. here today to ask you all to rank Kate #1 on Tuesday. It's really, really important that we do this. We need a change right here in City Hall. I live in South Minneapolis, and we are crying out for environmental justice there. And one of the things I want people to know and trust about Kate Knuth is that she gets it. She was an environmentalist with us, a legislator fighting really hard. She's an environmentalist now. She comes to the rallies that we have in our neighborhood to say, come on, City Hall, go with us. We need to stop obstructing racial injustice, environmental injustice. We need a partner. And so I'm really happy to join with folks here and urge you all, please, be sure on Tuesday to vote and rank Kate #1. That's how we'll win.
That's right, that's right.
Good afternoon. I'm Representative Jim Dabney. I have the privilege of representing District 63A, part of South Minneapolis, in the Minnesota House. This has been the most divisive election campaign in recent memory in Minneapolis. That divisiveness has been a choice by those defending a status quo that our city knows doesn't work for too many of our neighbors. A status quo that some have tried to cement in place, blocking Minneapolis residents using legal and electoral processes to build the sort of safe, secure, and inclusive city for all of us. At this critical time in our city, we already know that we'll have a different city council after Tuesday's election, a different park board, and we hope a different mayor who will lead us forward without the divisiveness. At this critical time, Minneapolis needs a leader who can bring this city back together. One who can convene the factions that have developed, who can listen deeply to our different communities, different neighborhoods, different perspectives, and find consensus, and who then has the courage to lead us forward. One who sees the paths forward on housing, on public safety, and our place in responding to the climate crisis. Luckily, we have that leader here today, Kate Knuth, and I'm thrilled to endorse her as my #1 choice for mayor of Minneapolis. I know that Kate is the leader to meet the moment because I served with Kate and I've seen her do it before. She listens deeply, she respects differing opinions, she knows her own mind and values, and builds agreement. Those are the qualities that Minneapolis needs in our next mayor. Those are the qualities that Kate Knuth holds. I ask you and urge you to rank Kate Knuth #1 for mayor of Minneapolis.
I too am so thrilled to be here today to indicate my support for Kate Knuth as my #1 pick on the ballot on Tuesday. My name is Scott Dibble, and I'm a state senator for Senate District 61, which is most of southwest Minneapolis, a little bit of south, a little bit of downtown. I wanted just to talk briefly a little bit about Kate's personal qualities. You have to know that first and foremost, Kate Knuth has policy sense. She dives deep and she understands policy in a meaningful way, and you see the evidence of that in her life's work around environment and environmental policy that's rooted in values, that's rooted in racial and economic justice. And you've heard it said before by those who spoke before me, she knows how to bring people together. What you might not know is how Kate has been an incredible mentor to the emerging generation. About the Green New Deal, which I was chief author of with Frank Bernstein, it was Kate to bring that right to those ideas. Policy is nothing without values, without collaboration, without speaking with those and being in relationship with those who have the lived experience to identify what they need in their lives. And Kate has shown her ability to do that time and time again, and she works hard, digs deep, builds relationships, works hard, pulls people together. We are in an extremely troubled and divisive time. And if you want yet another indication of how deeply troubled our police department is. Read the article in yesterday's paper about the woman who was drummed out of our police force by the way she was treated by her peers, but by the threats as well. Who's in charge of this police department currently? It is tragic. She was the kind of cop we want in the police force. She needed left to get away from it. Pay attention to who's supporting our incumbent mayor. Pay attention to the movement that Kate built around her candidacy and her campaign. The love, the passion, the care, the unity, the coming together is very, very exciting. So with that,
Well, thank you all so much for being here with us today, just a couple days away from election. It means a lot that you would stand with me and with us for creating a Minneapolis that we know we can have. I'm Kate Knuth, and I'm running for mayor of Minneapolis, and really excited about what we're building up to election day on November 2nd. But let's be honest, Minneapolis, we are still in crisis. We have still not healed after the death of George Floyd, the destruction of Lake Street, the burning of our city. We're still reeling from a spike in violence, particularly gun violence, that hurts our city. We're moving through a really challenging election season with significant money spent this cycle appealing to fear. And at this moment of crisis, what we should be doing is bringing everyone together to get the best ideas on the table for moving forward and make our city more safe, more just, and more resilient for every single person in it. And the person who should be leading us in this work is our mayor, the mayor of Minneapolis. The mayor has the platform to bring us together around the work we need to do right now to move ourselves towards justice. The mayor has the platform to help us chart a path forward together, to unify us. This leadership matters so much as we emerge from a pandemic and Trumpism, both of which have bitterly divided us. The mayor has the platform to inspire us to do great things together and to dream again, to show what we know Minneapolis is capable of. But Jacob Fry hasn't done this. He has not led our city. When he faced his greatest test as mayor, the murder of George Floyd, a week of civil unrest, the destruction of Lake Street, and a little police precinct burning, he failed. Even more, in the last 17 months, including during the worst spike of violence to hit Minneapolis in years, he has not shown us a path forward or has not engaged us in the work of charting that path forward together. So what has he been up to instead of leading? Blaming others for failures, pointing fingers at anyone he can find, the city council, the county, legislators, the governor, you name it, and taking credit for others' good work in this time of crisis when people are trying so hard to find our path forward. And as a result, relationships with the city council and at every level of government are the worst they've been in decades. And I am proud to say I have earned the endorsement of over half of the city council members in Minneapolis for my campaign. And you know what? Everywhere I've been in Minneapolis, I've heard people frustrated by this lack of leadership. And it's kind of ironic to calling it ironic is a bit of an understatement, because 4 years ago, Jacob Fry promised to improve relationships with the city council to make sure that the council and the mayor were moving our city forward together. And if you're sick of the inability to work with the council, to work with the community, now it's going to get worse if Jacob Fry is elected mayor. And the thing is, it doesn't have to be this way. It doesn't have to be this way. We can do so much better. And it starts by electing a new mayor on Tuesday and electing someone who will actually lead for and with the people of Minneapolis. I am proud to have assembled the largest coalition of endorsers of current and former elected officials for a mayoral campaign in memory. I'm honored to stand here with Senator Dibble, Council President Bender, Councilmember Gordon, Councilmember Fletcher, Representative Dabney, former Representative Clark, former Representative Virginia. I'm also proud to have earned the endorsement of Congressman Omar, Representative Aisha Gomez, Representative Esther Baje, Representative Emma Greenman, as well as Council Members Cunningham, Ellison, Cano, Schrader, and Commissioner Brad Bourne. This coalition did not come together by chance. It took a lot of work, and these folks came together to support my campaign for two big reasons. One, Because folks are tired of trying to work with a mayor who won't work with them. They're tired of trying to work with a mayor who will not take responsibility and cast blame when things go wrong. And people are tired of trying to work with a mayor who puts his own political survival above the work we need to do together for progress for us as a city. And two, people have come forward to endorse my campaign because I've earned the trust to build a stronger Minneapolis through more effective leadership. I'll be a leader who won't point fingers and blame others, but will bring people to the table to listen deeply and to lead with integrity, accountability, and really, really importantly, transparency. So why the voters trust that I'll be that leader? I have built a life and a career on one really key foundational value, that living as part of and in service of community is essential to what it means to live a good life. I've done this public work with many, and while I don't always agree, we don't always agree, that's fine, but we hold that shared connection of loving our community, loving our city, and willing to serve and a desire to chart our path forward together. This is the way we've run our campaign, and I am committed to serving as mayor with this foundational value. I'm also uniquely prepared to lead in this potentially transformative moment in Minneapolis. Transformation is, frankly, it's a buzzword. It's a political buzzword. I get it. But I have gone really deep on transformation. I actually wrote my dissertation on how to drive the kinds of transformative change needed for a more just, sustainable future. And there's two important things, I think, for the people of Minneapolis to understand about transformative moments. First, they are incredibly uncomfortable. Our systems are breaking down. We are reckoning with the fact that the systems within which we operate, that we have built up, weren't actually designed to serve everyone, and in fact, actively harm some people in our community, particularly Black, Brown, and Indigenous neighbors. Yet even as things are breaking down, it's uncomfortable because we don't yet have a solid path forward. We're not 100% sure where we're going. So it's not surprising that we're feeling unsettled. I call it the muck of transformation. It's a little messy, it's a little dirty, and it's uncomfortable. There's lots of swirling and uncertainty, and yes, there's conflict. That's okay, that's expected. But we don't have to stay in this moment forever. Eventually we will choose a path forward, and we are digging in to do that work. And the thing is, and this is also really important, we are not guaranteed in these transformative moments to choose a path forward towards a more safe, a more just, and a more resilient city. The pull of the status quo is really strong. And we can feel that right now in our city as well. We can feel the money being spent, the appeals to fear, and it can be tempting for a lot of people to move back to where it's comfortable. Not because it's more just, or more safe, or more resilient, but because it's comfortable. Instead, what we need to do, and what I am asking Minneapolis to do, is to dig deep and forge a different path in this transformative moment. We have the opportunity right now to do this work and to step forward with courage, to choose a path of transformation that will bring us forward, that makes us a city that truly puts racial justice and real safety at the center of what we do and who we are. In my first days as mayor, I will dig into this work with all of you. I will bring together the people of the city across generation, very importantly, across geography, and across race. We will have taken a step past the election, decided on the structure of our city government, and then comes the work of actually making the choice of our voters, the residents of Minneapolis, into a real path towards safety and justice and resilience in our city. I know it feels like our city is racked with division and fear. President Bender described that. And unfortunately, that fear and division has been stoked by Jacob Fry and the special interests that are propping him up and trying to move us back to keep us in the status quo that we have the potential to move beyond. But even though we feel divided right now, I can tell you that after running for mayor this past year, I know more than ever one thing that unites every person in Minneapolis. We love our city. Minneapolis residents love our city, and we are not actually divided. We're not divided in Minneapolis. We are united. We are united in our love for our city, and even more, we are united in our willingness to dig in and do the work to make Minneapolis better and to make sure Minneapolis works for everyone. The division is not who we are. The unity and our willingness to dig in and work is what's real. And we vote on Tuesday. I am asking folks in our city to reject that fear and division. We can reject that blaming and the finger pointing. We can choose a path forward of healing from our crisis. We can choose love for our city and our neighbors. We can choose finally to realize the potential of this transformative moment we're in and make progress on our path to creating a city that works for everyone. To do this work, we need to choose a new mayor. And I hope to be that mayor who will lead with accountability, responsibility, transparency, and love for each other and for our city. I will be that mayor for and with you. I ask for your vote, your first choice rank, but even more, I ask Minneapolis residents to dig deep and step forward and join in the work, the joyful, the challenging work of building a city that works for every person in it. Thank you, Minneapolis. Thank you for the support, and I'm really excited about pushing forward to November 2nd.
That's right.